This is Claim the Stars, our sci-fi Savage Worlds um, homebrew campaign setting. So we take a little bit though from various games like Last Parsec and things like that. So thank you for joining us today. Hope you guys enjoy it. So we're going to go around and introduce our players and their characters, and then we will kind of do a recap of last session. Of course, since Cliff wasn't able to join us last week, that burden will go on Arthur and Arthur and Levi as players. So, but we'll have them introduce their characters first, and then we'll do that recap. So, Jeremy, why don't you start us off, and then we'll just throw it on to Cliff, and we'll just go from there. So, Jeremy, go ahead.
Hey, I'm playing Levi Roosevelt, the captain pilot who's sort of an elderly cowboy type person. Um, think Sam Elliott, the actor from I don't know any of the westerns he's been in. And that's the visual for him. Hardened, shoot 'em up kind of a guy who's eventually going to learn that shoot 'em up isn't always a good answer, but whatever. It's worked so far. How about you, Cliff?
I was just picturing Sam Elliott from that new commercial where he's got Lil Nas. Um,
Uh-oh.
so it's been a while since I've done it. So my character is Aston Charles Hatcher Courtney, heir to the Brax Courtney fortune. Spoiled little rich kid. The name pretty much says it all. Short temper, has kind of reluctantly joined the group, and I think has formed a friendship through this. Friendship may be a loose term, um, but he kind of his company, which was once high and mighty, is sort of on the decline, and he is sort of working with the group to kind of reestablish the family name and to get things going there. So yeah, and I don't know if he'll ever learn that shoot first is a bad option.
Why don't you tell everybody about your stream too while you're at it?
Sure. So my stream is Quests and Cliffhangers. It is a homebrew Dungeons and Dragons world that is completely interactive. So if you join the stream, you can do things to affect the players and the story and all that. I touted it as the most interactive Dungeons and Dragons stream, which I'm pretty sure it is. And we play every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern until about midnight.
Very cool.
And I am playing Arthur Haeckel, a young scientist and inventor. He's kind of on the run from some trouble back home with his family and a seedy corporation. But yeah, I think we're going to be meeting up with his sister pretty soon with some strange alien artifact.
Yep. And yeah, you're gonna have a lot more in store for you actually, as far as alien stuff. So, but first we have to get there. So that might be an interesting story to tell. So we're still in the Magani system, and your characters are leaving the gas giant, where you've left the wreckage behind. You have the artifact in the um, what do we call it? Faraday cage, like thing that it was brought here in, and you managed to get it sealed back up with the help of you managed to wound it a lot, and then you managed to get it telekinetically lifted and hurled back in there. But I'll let you, Jeremy and Matt, kind of. I'm curious to see how y'all tell Cliff this story about how you guys got it back in there, because it was a pretty chaotic night. So
I can't remember exactly where we started, but there were more zombies, more shooting, more jumping from ship to ship, and a crapload of EMP grenades.
it was a lot of EMP grenades. Yes.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, because I think it started off. We were about to attack the bridge. There were a bunch of zombies, and the artifact was there.
Yeah, that's how
Cool.
it started. When you guys last left in the first session, the last session began. You still didn't have control over the vessel, and they were running alongside each other. And that's pretty much where we picked up off. And there were swarms of zombies about to start like piling into the bridge, and that's where the session began again. And that's
Yeah,
where
and
Cliff missed. Yeah.
the wolf ship was, or the pirates, the wolf ship was being flown into the gas giant, which
right.
we eventually found out was that, oh, I forget the name of it, but the squid floaty alien thing was piloting from the engine room. But there was a wave or two of zombies that leapt onto the shuttle from the wolf ship.
Well, they attempted to. There were like 12 of them that leapt at the shuttle. Only a couple of them actually managed to grab on.
Yeah.
The rest kind of like smacked against it and sent us spinning because we were without power, as I recall. And yeah.
Exactly.
And one of them tried to drag you out the ship. Like he grappled you as he hit it. And that was a pretty hairy situation. So
we were fine.
Actually, you're not going to tell the truth in that situation. You were controlling Aston, and if it wasn't for Aston shooting the zombie, you were going to get drug out the ship.
Exactly. But we were fine.
You know. Yeah, no. Yeah. Okay,
the reluctant hero saves the day. I got you.
So he was going to, let you not know about that one. So you couldn't hold that over his head. But I'm here to help you.
Does that sound like something that Aston would do?
So, well, you were right beside him, and both of you were basically getting like spun around, in space. So, and both of you were throwing EMP grenades like MFers at the cube. So
yeah, as fast as Arthur could make them, we were chucking them.
Yeah, Arthur was basically just like with duct tape in the back. Just making like EMP grenades and just like handing them off to you guys, and you're just throwing them out. So all the while the boat's just spinning in space, doing barrel rolls. I don't know. It was a crazy scene. And then they get on the ship, and they decide to use an EMP to kill the ship because they figured out that the alien artifact was trying to essentially turn it into the beginning of a new alien civilization. So trying to essentially convert it. And you forgot to essentially get your equipment all switched back on. You did some of your equipment, but you didn't get all your equipment reset.
Yeah, because we forgot to check the O2 levels in everybody's tanks. But nobody... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, we used the shuttle to power this massive EMP. Yeah. And so everything was knocked out, including our suits.
Yeah.
And so we managed to get some of the systems back online, but then we forgot about other systems. So
everybody almost passed out from lack of oxygen, and then but everybody ended up all right in the end. But they collected a lot of stuff from the alien ship, the ship being converted into an alien civilization, and then they stole some spikes out of some zombies' heads, and they got the artifact back inside the Faraday cage, and then they got out of Dodge, I guess. I'm assuming you guys are basically in transit out of... Did you guys ever track down one of your drones?
I think we were going to do that before we left. Okay. It would be nice to have a drone.
Okay. Yeah. And we never came
So
up with
just
it.
do a notice roll for me. Someone on the ship essentially using sensors to try to find it. And unless you critically fail this, essentially, difficulty 4. Unless you critically fail this, you guys should be able to find it essentially.
I know Arthur would definitely want to find the drone.
Oh yeah, first let's hand off. Hold on.
We don't
First let's
have
hand off
bennies.
bennies and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. So yeah, let's talk about. Oh yeah, advances. Let me hand you guys out an advance. Okay.
Ooh.
Everyone gets their advance. Oh, it gave Spencer one. Let me get Spencer out of the party though. Get Aston back in. And Aston should be at 6 now. Okay? Alright, sweet. And we'll reset adventure cards and bennies. So everybody's good to go. And so everybody's squared away. Okay, so everyone got an advance. And actually, it's been a couple sessions since. Actually, it's been more like 3 sessions since we had an advance, hadn't it? And that's the end of the story. Actually, we'll handle that when you guys get to the outpost. I'll probably hand you guys another one out. Because technically, that'll be when the story ends. When you guys deliver the artifact. So, but you guys can check out your adventure cards. If you got any questions about them, go ahead and do that. You guys can start discussing what you'll do with your advance. So we'll say that you failed notice roll, but really what we were looking for was basically just not a critical failure. So we'll just say it takes you a really long time, and eventually you do find it. He essentially used it to scan your ship, and then tucked it around the back of the behind where the other vessel was at the time. And he didn't need it anymore, so he didn't dock it in with the alien ship when it was being converted. And so it's just kind of floating out there behind where it was. So you guys can scoop it up. However, it looks like it's taken some damage when he turned the starboard engines, and it looks like it got hit probably when they rotated and turned the starboard engines so they could start like turning towards the gas giant. It looks like he just clipped it. I say he. It, the artifact.
Well, that's just something to try and repair on the trip, probably then.
Okay.
I guess we'd just swing by and somebody would spacewalk and grab it. How big
Well,
are
you guys
these
have a
drones?
drone bay. You can just open the drone bay and just position your ship to where it'll float in the drone bay.
Oh,
Open the drone bay doors, Hal.
Okay. All right. So I guess someone needs to at least, start plotting the rest of our trip at least to your sister to deliver the artifact, if that's still the plan. That is.
Yes.
Okay. So to do that, you would need to do that at the astrogation table in the telemetry center. I know the links went away because I shared with you guys. Cliff, you may notice that the. Oh yeah, let me make sure you see the right map actually, because I added a new map that has. You may not see that yet. You may see it in your shared documents, but you may not. Yeah, so check the chat log. This map has like a science lab on it.
Perfect. Got it.
Yep. Oh, blocking my chat log.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so the people in the chat can viewing the stream can see that there's like a little science lab we added where the landing shuttle bay. We had 2, and they decided they wanted to turn one of them into a science lab. So, and we're gonna add more stuff to it over time, but that's kind of what I got right now. So, but anyways, this is the telemetry center up here. Oh, trying to get to move. Yep, so the telemetry center up here. Well, yeah, so the telemetry center is where someone would need to be to kind of plot the course you guys need to do. So that would be I mean, you could use science could work, or electronics could work fine. Either one could work. So I'd be happy with either one.
Okay. What sounds
Essentially,
like an Arthur
science
thing.
would be you knowing the astronomical data yourself, or electronics would just be relying on the database of the ship. Essentially, that's the difference.
I think he'll rely on the computer banks, the data banks.
Okay.
Can I attempt to assist with that?
Yeah, totally. You may need it.
Put some of these new skills to use here.
Yeah, cool. Okay. So you got a +1 to it, which wasn't enough, to, unfortunately, to bump it to a raise. But you're able to plot a course and figure out where you guys need to go. So that's good at least. Okay. So you know that your sister she gave you coordinates to where you need to be, which is your sister's name is Adira Hakel. She is currently stationed in the Sidori 379 system. So, and this is not a populated or settled system. In fact, it's newly cataloged on the Griffin Explorer. Newly cataloged. In fact, it was updated on the Griffin Explorer in the last update. The entry wasn't even on there for that.
Sidiri, what?
Sidori 379. I will type it in chat so you know how it's spelled.
So this
and
just
if you don't know how these kind of conventions usually are in like astronomical stuff, I mean, usually they're named after the astronomer who first like spotted the star, typically, or like who discovered a lot of like information about the star. So like Gliese, like if you ever noticed that there's a lot of stars named after Gliese, or like Wolf is a famous astronomer there's a lot of stars named after Wolf. Captain Star, named after a famous astronomer back years ago named Captain, that kind of stuff like that. So that's just how they do these kind of things. So there's probably a astronomer named Sidori out there, last name Sidori. So, and this is probably the 379th star he's spotted. So until they get an actual, a name for it, that's probably what it'll be called. So.
And did this update with any additional information about this star?
Yeah, if you want to read the information, yeah, right now, sure. It basically describes it as right now it is the jump cannon is written as to be completely funded by Wright Industries. As in Anthony Wright. The guy who owns Astra Unum. Cool. And there appears to be no other open data about business and operations going on in Sidori 379. And it is not open to commercial trade. Sorry, open commercial trade. Like free commercial trade. Does that make sense? Like per contract basis.
So what you're saying is that Anthony Wright has a little bit of money.
Yeah. Okay. Now, you'll have to go through one other system before you get to it. It is a brown dwarf, and you're currently in a yellow star system, and you'll need to go 4 more days of travel and get into that next system, and then you'll need to travel. Let me check my logs and my data. Okay, so 4 more days, and let's do the brown dwarf. By your best calculation, you probably only have 7 hours, probably in the brown dwarf system, and yeah, so you don't expect to have too long, 4 days and some change until you get to the. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of astrological data, though. Unfortunately, on the Sidori system, because of its unique nature. So you could try to reach out to your sister, or you could try to just risk it on the amount of fuel that you guys have, or if you want to stock up in the other system, the brown dwarf system, you can. There are stations in that system.
How much?
If you want to stop and fuel up there.
How much fuel do we have? And I think at the end of the session, I don't remember if we finished this thought process or not. I just remember that we were going to try and siphon the fuel out of.
Yes, that's right. We did do that. So we will put your fuel at
we also
max
completely
then.
forgot about or I did until the very end, completely forgot about the other Astra Unum ship. And I don't think we were going to do anything in particular with it, but
the engine compartment was broken completely free. So the engine, yeah.
Well, I meant I was talking about like the bodies or
like exploring
that sort of thing.
All that.
Up to you guys. But you did say you were going to siphon it, so I capped your fuel back up to 12. So
okay,
for you. And I shared the link, by the way. You should have it shared with you at all times. Just check your story entries. So just look for the story entry that says Party Ship Griffin Explorer.
Yeah. Okay. They were all turned into zombies, as far as we know, right?
I mean, you didn't fully explore that ship, but it's very easy to believe that.
And there hasn't, in all of this craziness, there hasn't been any signal or anything like that our main ship has picked up to be like, oh, there's somebody survived on that ship, sort of a thing.
No, you haven't had any. Okay. If anything, probably the information tells you that it didn't, because even Devin told you that he was the only one left alive. Yeah.
Yeah, forgot about that. Okay.
Did we take Devin with us?
Well, you remember that battle of wills between Spencer and the artifact, and there was kind of a blowback from that, and it took out the shuttle.
Mm-hmm.
Devin was on the shuttle. And yeah, he is no more.
So we re-murdered an 11-year-old boy.
I think Arthur and Spencer are going to see if there's any trace of him left on the hard drives, but probably.
And I'm saying the alien artifact murdered the 11-year-old boy. and it wasn't, in fact, Spencer's fault or directly one of our faults, aside from the bringing a small a child into combat situation.
Hey, I'll stick with that story too. No one else is here to refute it.
We talked about, and I don't remember if we did, turning off the emergency beacon that we had picked up when we first entered the system.
Yeah.
Nobody else would stumble across
the freighter
the
is still transmitting a beacon. Yes.
So we should definitely
try
and turn that off.
You can either board it and turn it off, and we could trigger probably what we'll do uses quick encounters for you guys to go through the ships and try to disable it, rather than having like actual combat encounters for you guys to face down zombies and do it that way. Or you guys can figure a way to trigger it and blow it up from like get rid of it from the outside.
And for Cliff's sake, I think we were planning on having whoever Adira is working with send a team to clean up the mess here. The zombies and shards and all that.
Right. And maybe even, Brax Courtney Enterprises might want some of this. So, I mean, it is good salvage. So,
as long as you don't mind zombie shard things.
I mean, that we pay people to do that. That's fine.
You don't pay them enough to deal with zombie shards. Well, I guess they're inactive now, so. Anyway. Aside from shooting something on the other ship, I don't know. I'm not coming up with anything as far as to turn off the distress signal that doesn't involve going over there.
Yeah, that's really the only options. Blasting like a communication relay off the ship, or like actually entering the ship and disabling it.
I mean, the communication relay, would that not be on the outside of the hull or on the hull?
Yeah, it probably has like an antenna or something like that, like a system,
So that'd be minimal damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we just chuck another EMP?
You can try it, sure.
Can Arthur make a very large EMP that doesn't include the shuttle? Or one that will properly knock out the remaining power on the freighter?
So you're thinking about like going out on the Griffin Explorer on the landing shuttle and like in an EVA suit and like throwing out an EMP grenade? Okay.
Yeah, or just planting it on the hull or something.
Okay.
Flying away, triggering it remotely.
Okay. That's a cool idea. Sure. Yeah, that's doable. Sure.
Your captain approves of this plan.
All right. Rolling repair.
Nice. Okay. Sweet. Yeah, you successfully craft an EMP charge. Okay, now who's going to go out there and attach it to the side of the communication relay?
Spencer. I mean, it sounds my dumbass idea.
He's still out in the landing shuttle, like typing away at his cyber deck, trying to save Devin.
Yeah.
Like that's literally where he was at the end of the last session. Like he was really role playing up the whole traumatized, like that he killed Devin. So,
I mean, if you really don't want to go out, if we take a little bit of time, I might be able to get the drone up and running, and we could just use it to drop it off.
Doesn't have hands to do that kind of thing. Got to modify it.
Duct tape.
Yeah, Aston's gonna begrudgingly
spend
suit
some
up
of
when
that
you're ready
money,
to do
guys.
It. So
Aston's gonna
what would I
begrudgingly
need to do that? Yeah.
Okay. Put on that EVA suit and Get on out there. Okay, so you're gonna basically just like go out one of the either the dorsal or ventral EVA hatch on the Explorer, basically, and just attach like a lanyard to yourself and just go out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Cool. All right. So probably be. I'll let you decide if it's an agility or athletics roll to basically just hop off the ship and land on the communication relay with the EMP charge. I'll let you choose.
If I get to choose,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with agility.
All right. Cool. All right. So you do good. You do good. All right. So you get out on the you land safely on the communication relay, and I'm assuming Arthur just made it where it's like a sticky EMP charge, and all he's got to do is stick it on there, and then he can just get pulled back via the lanyard cable, right? Okay. All right. Is anyone going to assist pulling him back in, or is he all on his own?
I think Arthur is fine assisting.
Okay. All right. So I'll need both athletics rolls from Arthur first to pull him back in.
We need to install a winch.
It's on the
Oh my
shuttle.
God, Arthur.
Okay, so you're on your own. You're on your own. Arthur's not much help to you. So
I'm like out there and I'm like, all right, I got it in place. Reel me back in. Arthur?
I think it's stuck.
Arthur!
you got to give it a good kick to get it going.
why'd you roll a percentile dice?
My disposition.
Oh,
So I got to do what, an athletics to get back?
yeah. I'll give you a +2 because you're in space.
I'll need it. Oh,
Look at that. You D4'd that thing. Those D4s exploded like crazy. So you get a good heave off of the communication relay, and Arthur just you don't know what the fuck he's doing with the cable over there. It just slipped out of his hand, or I don't know, man. This is the reason why he makes EMP charges. This is so.
Yeah, this is the reason why I went out there.
but you get inside and you apply your magnetic boots, and then you pull the lever of the EVA hatch to close behind you, so you're safely inside. So the area is repressurized. So
Just look at Arthur like,
I was pulling. I don't know what was going on.
could take the suit off and throw the helmet down. I'll be in my room.
all right, okay, but
But it's all a
EMP charge
ruse
is
because I'm going to go
placed-
back there to look at the little box that I stole out of the captain's
Right.
safe.
Right. Okay. Okay. When you get back there to the box, of course, now at this point, Arthur, you're also standing in the hallway, and you have the small hand detonator for the EMP, by the way, also. So you can pull it whenever you feel inclined to. I'm assuming Levi is flying the ship a safe distance away. Cliff, you are in the room, and you open the chest. And inside is appear to be data chips of some kind. Just stacks of data chips.
And would I know of any safe way to be able to see what's on these without risking compromising the entire system?
I mean, you can put it on a device that's not connected to the.
I don't think I have anything like that. So unless I can steal one,
Yeah, it wouldn't fit into a communicator. The only thing it fit into is like a PDD or a cyber deck.
Okay. I may go procure someone's cyber deck But right now, I'll just kind of take note of what they are and put them aside.
Right. Okay. So, Jeremy, I think you were trying to say something earlier. So we'll go to you.
I had suddenly remembered that the windshield in the got all shattered, but that was in the shuttle, not the
Yes,
ship.
the shuttle
Right.
does
Okay.
not have a windshield. So whenever you guys are in the shuttle, you have to be wearing EVA suits until it is repaired.
Check.
Yes.
For a second, I thought that was the big ship, and I was
No,
like,
y'all had
"Oh,
that repaired. That did happen to this ship, but it has been repaired since then.
cool." Okay.
Okay. All right. So, do you guys pull the ship away far enough away, and then
Once we're a safe distance. Yeah.
obviously you don't really see anything, but you believe it triggered.
Uh,
Well, and we'll wait to see if the emergency signal.
Oh yeah, that's true. You
Went
can
off.
check the sensors to see if the emergency signal went off. Yeah, the signal went off.
Cool. I think that's all we got for now. Let's head on. Right?
Cool.
You are the captain.
Are
Sweet.
we able to communicate while in transit? Because you talked about contacting Adira.
Oh yeah, you're subspace. Yeah, this game
Okay.
is all subspace travel. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not all that fancy FTL with stars flying by and all that stuff. It's just
Well, I was wondering
But-
about the jump cannons.
Oh yeah, actually, that's the fastest way to communicate. If you're not afraid of, like, whoever running the jump, I can't talk. Whoever operates the jump cannon, like decrypting your communication, or like reading your communication. If you're not afraid of that, like, you can send information via jump cannons, and it getting there faster. So, like, you can send. I mean, actually, if you're gonna send information, it's gonna have to go through the jump cannons anyways. Does that make sense? Because, like, if you send just using your ship, like, your ship only has a planetary communication system. You can only send with your ship about roughly the distance of a planet. Does that make sense? Like, you have to piggyback. There's actually information on the Claim the Stars. I don't know why it says. That's weird. Why does it say unnamed? Oh, I'm on the wrong. Yeah, so if you look on the Claim the Stars companion, there's actually a whole section on starships about communication. Starship systems. Let's see. If I can find it. Oh yeah, it's technology, distant communication. Yeah, system communication, interstellar communication, starship systems. Yep. So there you get the idea. Yeah, essentially each ship can basically send, without piggybacking off of typically a star system's communication network, can only typically send about what's the equivalent of an astronomical unit. So,
Most systems don't even charge credits for Starship Communications. Oh, how nice.
yeah, because they're going to basically turn around and use that information to, just like our modern world,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But anyways, it's just one of the natures of having to communicate.
All right. Well, Arthur will put together an encrypted message to his sister, just kind of like greetings, and we're looking forward to seeing you soon. What can we expect in the system? What should we be looking out for? That sort of thing.
Okay. Do you have a
He-
skill to try to encrypt it in some way?
He has electronics.
No, that would be
No, he does not.
the hacking
He would have
skill. Yeah.
He would have to use Spencer.
Okay. Then I will do the kind thing as the GM and have Spencer make a hacking roll for you. So, all right. So he's not as good as the hacker as we thought he was. So we'll see how he does. Okay. So he encrypts it. So, all right.
At least as far as we know.
Yeah, he got a 4. So, all right. So you're gonna encrypt a message to you said to your sister.
Yes.
Okay. All right, and you're sending it to your sister. And what is the message? You don't have to role play it first person unless you want to, but like whatever you want to.
Well, it was like what I just said. Greetings, looking forward to seeing you, and then going into what can we expect in this system. We don't have a lot of astrological data. Is there anything we need to watch out for? That sort of thing.
Okay. Do you want to specifically ask the question like, how far can we expect it to be from the jump cannon, as far as fuel purposes?
Yes, that would be good too.
Okay. All right.
And is there anywhere to refuel in the system?
Okay. All right. Okie dokie. All right. Sweet. Okay, so make an electronics roll at a -2 penalty.
I'm going to Benny that.
Someone can help you if they want with sport roll.
I can give it a go. Shit, no, I can't. I can hurt it. I can make it even worse. I'm still learning these things.
Okay, so this is actually
-3.
Right. Okay. So while you guys are heading towards the jump cannon, towards the brown dwarf star system, and you guys are at the computer about to send the message, Aston is over there helping. And he's like, "Sure, I think I know how to help you out, right?" And he starts typing away and stuff, and he hits the wrong fucking button. And Arthur, you're at the last minute, you realize what he's about to hit, and he hits it. And suddenly your ship starts sending out a signal, an all-call signal for aid throughout the system. So,
oh no! What are you doing?
Like covering
the wrong button,
like a whole astronomical unit, basically.
Shut it off! Shut it off!
There's like a 16-second, like a 15-second like all call lock on it, unless the captain enters his password to deactivate it. So
have I even updated?
We'll
that
say
password?
The captain is like, I don't know, like checking out his new powered armor, like in the science lab when this happens.
Who butt dialed 911, guys?
This computer is not set up like my computer, and I thought that don't hit send all.
There's klaxon going off all throughout the ship.
Who needs an adult? I'm gonna walk over to the science computer and see if I can remember the password.
You guys haven't set up a computer in the landing shuttle yet that does that. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to go, like down to the main deck, like down there. Yeah.
Like Levi, everything's fine, but
everything's fine here.
You.
Everything's fine here. How are you? What is that from Star Wars? The first Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
So you managed to get down there. However, your klaxon went off for like, I don't know, like at least 30 seconds, probably.
Sure. So I'll head on up to the bridge communications thing and just be ready to field incoming queries.
Yeah, of course.
Or pirates.
Sure.
Because why don't help?
Or that.
Yep, of course. Okay. Do you want to try to re-roll that now? It's in that
Sure.
communication now.
With
It's
that
still just
-3 penalty?
Aston, do you want to assist him?
No, I'm done helping. My help is unappreciative.
Come on.
I'll help.
No
it's
one
fine.
said they didn't want your help. They just want your actual help, not your
I'm just
help.
gonna look at Arthur and be like, what are the chances of it happening twice?
Slim, but much better.
Hey, that gives you a +2.
Okay. So that cancels
So
out
you
the
roll
negative.
this at no penalties.
Okay.
My fucking trait roll was a nat 1. I rolled 2 nat 1s.
Oh my goodness.
Look at
I'm
that.
rolling
Just barely
so
made
low.
it. Okay.
And your trait
Alright.
roll was a nat 1.
Mm-hmm.
So luck basically helped you guys. So, all right. And if you're wondering why the negatives, essentially the negative is because you got to send the message across 2 systems of communication. And there's going to be, it's not that you, like, it's not that it couldn't be sent really. It's that it might get sent with, like, quality defects or what have you, you know. So, but it's sent at a good enough quality, and the communication like passed, and so it should arrive to her, relatively soon. So, okay, all right. Now you guys leave the Megani system, or at least you're heading to leave to the Megani system. So you guys travel for about another couple of hours, and so let's just check in. So in a couple of hours, what are each of you guys doing on the ship?
Well, Arthur is going to attempt to effect some repairs on, I guess the drone is probably the smallest job, and then whatever he can do on the shuttle. It's just 2 hours, so.
Yeah, so he's probably working on the drone at the time. Okay. All right, so they probably got the drone maybe dragged out, maybe in the science lab, maybe working on it. Probably.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that makes sense. So probably in the science lab. Okay. All right. And what about Levi? Are you up at the pilot controls, or are you somewhere else, or what?
Yeah, I'm probably hanging out at the pilot controls.
Okay.
Or unless, much further is it to the jump cannon kind of thing?
4 days total. So.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, I got plenty of time to mess with other stuff. So I'll be trying to relax with my feet up, but pay attention to the blinky lights kind of thing, because I've still got a wound. So.
Yeah. So would you be in the medical bay, maybe, kind of dressing your wounds, perhaps?
Actually, you're right. That would make a lot more sense, except I don't do that sort of thing. That's what Spencer's here for.
Spencer doesn't have medical skill.
I don't think any of us do. Maybe that's what I should spend my advance on.
Yeah. Well, that's not a bad thing. But you do have
right.
that. We all have that new equipment now that kind of like goes down on top of the table to kind of help you guys on natural recovery rolls. So, but you have to like rest in it. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be doing that yet. I'd probably
Okay.
just be putting a bandage on and planning on like sleeping in that later, kind of thing.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, there's not a grid on this map.
I'm enormous.
It's this. Yeah, I forgot to put a grid on the new map. Damn it. Okay. Well, that's all right. I don't expect to have a combat encounter on it, but so we don't have to be exact on this damn grid. We're just gonna put one out there for the sake of helping us out. As far as scale, so Levi's here in the med lab, and we'll have Arthur in the science lab working on. And what about Aston?
Spencer has a cyber deck, right?
Oh God. Yes he does. Yes he does.
So in his state of temporary distraught over Devin, I'm going to I'm gonna Benny that. I'm gonna attempt to procure his cyber deck. Preferably without his knowledge, but with a 3, probably gonna get caught.
No, we'll say that he actually is just holding on to it because he's wanting to figure out a way to save Devin, and the best device he's got to save Devin is probably using the cyber deck to, you know what I mean, to figure out a way to get him to put him on something.
Oh,
It's probably going to be put him on the cyber deck. So
okay.
So he's probably not letting it out of his sight because he's probably using it.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll say that Spencer is holed up in his passenger quarters, just on his cyber deck, on his bed. So we'll say Aston actually is outside Spencer's door. Like, damn it. Like, hoping he can get a hold of the computer. How does that sound?
Yeah, I'm totally, when I realize what's going on, turn that around. Like, oh, hey, buddy, just checking on you, making sure everything's okay. I know it's been kind of chaotic the last few hours and last few days, so just making sure you're okay.
Right. Nice.
And I'll go back to my room like, fuck, I gotta buy one of these things.
Nice. Or you can just buy a PDD, like Arthur has.
They're cheaper.
Arthur has a PDD. You've seen him use it.
He has it on him at all times.
Nice. So you head to your room.
How attached to it is he, though? Like,
I think we said your room was here. I think your room's here.
What was that?
Sorry, I was just pointing out. I think Aston's room's there.
If you asked, he'd probably let you, but he wouldn't want you out of his sight, considering how well you do with electronics.
I rolled a 10. Yeah, no, I wouldn't even ask that.
After sending out an all call.
Yeah, my plan right now is going to be doing some research on my own and trying to figure out this, and then ultimately coming to the conclusion that I need to buy a PDD or a cyber deck.
All right, cool. So the person who is we'll say Arthur is the first person alerted to it because he has the PDD set up to the computer system of the ship. And so Arthur, your PDD starts chiming in your pocket while you're working on the drone, and so it starts going dee-dee, and so you kind of lift it out of your pocket, and the computer is alerting you of a vessel with a warrant out on it is within sensor range.
He gets on the comms.
And the only reason why you're getting alerted to it is because your ship is equipped with an AI core. And the AI has already done the legwork and is alerting you that, it thinks it's suspicious.
Got it. He gets on open comms. Guys, we've got a proximity alert. The AI is informing me that it's a ship with a warrant out on it, which I suspect is not friendly.
Do they have a bounty?
I haven't looked that far. I just know they're closing on us.
I'll wait.
Arthur will research the ship to see if it has a bounty. Can I roll research, or what do you want? I
Okay.
said there's a database.
Yeah, sure. You're gonna connect to the systems communication network. Okay. All right.
I mean, assuming it'd be really quick.
Yeah. I guess that would be the research skill, I guess.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm okay with that. Wow. Can't I do that
Apparently,
earlier?
you know fucking everything about this shit.
It does not have a bounty out for it.
No bounty.
We're not police. Let them go.
But are they going to let us go? That's my concern.
I'm gonna head to the pilot's chair.
Okay. All right. Levi is rushing to the pilot's chair, and Levi, by the time you get to the pilot's chair, you recognize that you're actually looking at the computer screens and all that kind of stuff, and you're seeing that there is one vessel in range, only one vessel, and it is coming directly towards you guys. It is still miles out, but you know that firefights in space can happen from miles out.
You said the science lab isn't really connected to the ship's.
You guys just haven't
Systems
gotten
at
like
this
one
point?
of those like good computer systems set up that connects to
Okay.
like everything yet put up by the door. But yeah, it's got like computers and stuff in it. But yeah,
Right, but he couldn't like work down here to help in the potential upcoming battle.
yeah, you need to be in the telemetry center to do most of that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he will head up there.
Okay, cool. Okay, sweet. And so we will roll. So we'll go into action cards. Okay. Now, so we're going to put in. Aston Courtney
You're
got a Joker. Okay, so you guys hear over the comms. As you see laser fire fly past you guys. They say, "That's just a warning shot, fellas. We're here to board you. We know that was you guys that scavenged those two ships over there by that gas giant. We're here to take everything you got, except your lives if you're willing to back down."
Arthur tells Levi, maybe if you try to pass us off of some sort of refugee ship and we've got some sort of plague on board, do you think they'd buy it?
If I were a better liar, perhaps.
So how do you play adventure cards here?
You just throw it in the chat log. But once you play it, it's gone. So you might want to tell me what you got your eye on playing, so you don't actually play it and it not be valuable.
Oh, it's going to be valuable.
Okay. Okay, then just play the chat log then.
Just drag it out?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Wait, player character adds +2 to all trait rolls for the rest of this round. Nice. Okay, sweet. Okay, cool.
So I would go. No, go ahead. You're first. I'm sorry. We're in combat.
So the communication that they're sending to us, is this open comms that we can talk back?
They sent it directly to you, and yeah, you're in open channels. Yes. I just want to point out that you better have something damn convincing if you're trying to talk your way out of this. Like, really damn convincing. Like, no amount of pluses is going to convince them to go against their nature. Unless it's really damn convincing.
We do have one of the zombie bodies on board, possibly with spikes still in its head. We could be like, quarantine vessel, and hold up a picture of that thing.
Okay, that's some ideas. But yeah.
Yeah, so that was kind of my line of thought was, if these people know what we just did, then they have to have some idea of what we went through to do it.
They just think you're scavengers at this point.
So they don't know the extent of what we had to go through to get to the of what was scavenged then.
Nope.
Okay.
That's all I've disclosed. They think you're scavengers.
Okay.
Are you up to the telemetry center by now?
Me?
Yeah. It's your turn and you're about to communicate with them.
Man, I was going to do that from my room. I'm not even...
Okay.
Can I delay my turn?
Yeah, as a Joker, you can go anytime in the round.
Cool. I'll go last.
Okay. Put you on hold then. Okay. You're on hold. Okay. Okay. Then they actually are on hold too because they've given you guys the chance to back down. Arthur. Okay, so let's good time to talk about other kinds of actions. Because it seems like in a space battle, the only person acting is the pilot, right? But remember, this crew has like multiple seats, right? Like, pilot isn't the only one running the ship. You know what I mean? Like you can have another person running guns. You can have another person run targeting systems. You can have multiple things. And then, of course, in Savage Worlds, we have what are called support checks, which you guys have already learned about multiple times. We have tests, which we know about, which can cause distracted and vulnerable states. So these are the thing. Just remember these kind of things. So, but another big thing you can do is just do support roles. A big thing you can do to help your pilot, help your ship, that kind of stuff. But all of these things are helpful. Tests, support, all of them. Whether it's electronics roles, and you don't have to use the skill that the pilot is using. You can use other skills. Any skill that you can think of that is helping the ship. But also, too, like repair roles to repair the ship, those kinds of that. So remember, just because you're not the pilot, you can help the ship. So, all right. So Arthur, what do you want to do this turn?
I don't have any great ideas yet.
Okay.
So I think Arthur is going to hold his turn.
Okay.
As well.
All right. Spencer he hasn't checked in or spoke on communication. So we're probably just going to have him just kind of checked out.
All right, Levi, no pressure.
I may even take him off the combat track just because I don't want to play him. You know?
Levi. am gonna
Oh,
tell.
and also the ship is bigger than y'all's, based on the scans.
Okay.
It's not tremendously bigger, but it is bigger.
I'm gonna say we should go with the lie and somebody get whoever's closer to that zombie body. Get a picture of that we could transmit to them, and I'm going to attempt to lie and get on comms with them. And so I'm gonna. That was to these two. So then to the other ship, I'm gonna say, well, if you knew what was on that ship, those ships, you wouldn't want it because I don't know what the hell it did, but people got and then all whatever. Did the zombies have like gray skin or something weird, or is it just the spikes?
Well, I mean,
Anything
they're dead.
visual? Well, yeah, but I mean,
they look how a corpse looks when it's bloated
Okay.
from space. I watched an episode of Joe Rogan recently, Joe Rogan podcast, and he talked about how like people actually misbelieve what you look like when you float out in space, and you get left out in space a long period of time. The first thing that happens is your skin bloats up, and it goes. So their faces and probably started looking like the oxygen got like messed up in their body. So their skin probably did like get all white and gray and pasty looking and started popping out probably. So they definitely probably looked, weird.
So I'm gonna go with they had something kind of disease because they ended up with big scars on their face and pox, and crap like that. We got one of them body quarantined in the back, and some of the other junk quarantined in the cargo hold. We're going to take it to the I don't know, whatever the word is for the local doctor. Find out what the hell they need to do about it. I can send a picture in a minute if you need it.
He says, over the comms, he says, so you're a medical team?
No, we're with Astra Unum, so we're just we're coming through and tried to help. And that's what we do. I kind of wish we had missed on this because I sure as hell hope we didn't catch whatever the hell it is they had. Levi is not a terribly great liar, but I'm assuming lying is persuasion. And so
It is.
Actually got the skill, so it's not like totally out of character.
Yeah. No.
This.
I'm thinking it's going to be a persuasion at a. You did mention Astra Unum, which was a nice thing to do. It's pretty smart. They're still wolves. You did mention disease. They are inclined, but everybody feeds them a line whenever they try to board someone. So I'm gonna say that by default, this is gonna be at a -6. So, but you got a +2 because of Aston's comment. So that's a -4. Okay. So it won't give you the +2 because it's just a card. So.
Okay. So what? I'm at.
I mean, they would love to believe you. So.
Swoosh.
And all they got to do is, oh my God.
Nice.
Wow. Okay, this is what happens. They say, I'll be expecting a picture. I'll be expecting camera feed. You're alive for now.
And I'll leave the comms on to them and be like, guys, where's the picture of the body in the bag? Don't open the thing. Just get them a picture of it. Click, kind of a thing. And the click being to turn off the open comms sort of deal out to the wolves. Okay, guys, we got I don't know. Make it look worse.
Okay, remind me again, what sort of sensors do these ships have? I mean, can they sense the number of live bodies, dead bodies, anything that's going on? Because I keep mixing Star Trek into this. So
No, it can't see how many like how many people are on the other ship and stuff like that.
So it couldn't like spoof sensor readings or something like that.
Like, what do you mean spoof sensor readings? Like, it could maybe jam a communication signal, but like it couldn't.
Right, but not like make it look like there are lots of dead bodies or there's some sort of contagion, because they don't have sensors that can sense that.
Probably not. No, not that I can.
Okay.
I mean, you'd have to make a good argument for that, but no.
Right.
Probably not. No.
So I'm thinking that one of us gear up in any sort of pseudo medical apparatus that we can, and then go into that room and then open the feed to them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that we even need medical apparatus, because I led with, no, we're not a medical team. We're just Astra Unum who's here to help.
But you mentioned that they had some sort of disease or something.
Yeah. So. Well, that's what just show them the zombie, right? Hopefully that'll work. I mean,
so someone goes down there and snaps a picture of the zombie and then uploads it to the computer and sends it via communication.
Yeah, for sure.
It could be a movie clip, not just a picture.
Sure,
but
okay. And correct me if I'm wrong, you only have the one zombie, right?
I think so.
Okay.
I know we grabbed a bunch of the spikes.
Okay. All right.
Well, I don't know.
I would omit that from the dialogue. Okay.
I was wondering if Arthur would be able to alter the video feed to make it look, I don't know, use multiple cameras to make it look like there are more zombies, or I don't know.
I wouldn't overcomplicate it. I think we're in a decent position right here. Let's not fuck it up by accidentally sending them a mirrored image and they're like, hey, that's the same body mirrored.
Right.
Okay. All right, so you guys send the feed to him, right? All right. All right, so you just send the feed and no one opens the dialogue when you send it? Just pops it over?
I'll send it and be like, and here's the clip. I don't know what's up with them.
If he was just diseased, why is his brains blown out?
Forgot about that. Because they weren't exactly dead.
Okay, you're going to make a persuasion roll. Because zombies, that's just ridiculous.
But this is the part I'm not lying about.
I know, but it's still a persuasion roll.
Oh.
Does anybody want to support him on that?
If I can, I will.
Fucking ridiculous.
Oops.
Okay, that's a -6 penalty on this one too as well.
Holy shit.
Okay, so he's supporting you. So that gave you a...
I failed miserably, but...
Okay, unfortunately, Aston was supporting you. Unfortunately, I think only a person can only give you +2. Hold on.
Sure.
All right, hold on. Let me make sure on that. A raise adds +2. So no matter how much Cliff rolled, he can only give you a +2. Oh,
I'm over in private comms telling you exactly what to say, and you're just like, yeah, it wasn't exactly dead. Like, fuck!
It's like I said it. Say exactly this. No, that's So Levi's gonna re-roll. Okay. Okay, you'll get a +2 to it. Okay, so you get a +2, so that becomes I'm trying to do the math here. Okay, so
+2 would make it a 5, but then whatever the minus was for them just not.
yes.
Well, you should also get an
Leaving.
additional +2 because of the inspiration card, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a +4. A +4 -6.
It's still positive numbers, though.
Yeah, +4 -6. Help me out, guys.
Yeah, but it's not above
No.
4.
Yeah.
So.
No. Man, you guys really tried to avoid this one. But, like, it's such a ridiculous idea telling someone that they're zombies. Okay. I couldn't rationalize more or less than a -6. Like, telling someone zombies exist over comms. Okay. So, this is what happens. They go, the guy says, of all the stories I've ever heard. And then they just launch missiles at you. Okay, so...
But the
because
zombie
everybody was on hold.
Damn
Because
it.
everybody was on hold, right? So they just come off of hold and just launch missiles. But now Aston, you can play your Joker and interrupt it if you want to take an action in combat, like a combat action. Like if you want to try to get to a
Can he
gunner
make
seat,
a better argument?
like get to a gunner's seat, or no, the time of talking is over. If you want to get to like a gunner's seat, maybe, and try to shoot down like the missiles or something like that, or
So I can't logically justify me being able to do it before they fire the missiles, because up until this point we were in pure dialogue.
yeah.
So it would have to be in reaction to that.
Yep. Well, it's gonna take time for the missiles to get there, so it's kind of all
if they
happening
fire,
quickly.
then I'm gonna start returning. Yeah, that's all we can do.
Okay. Well, you said you were standing beside Levi, so I assumed you were up at the telemetry center. You were you were standing over his shoulder saying, say this.
Yeah. By the time all this went down, I've already made my way there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe you've hopped into one of the pilot chairs now by this point, maybe?
I mean, I don't know if I'm comfortable being in a pilot chair, but sure, if that's where the gunner's at, that's where I got to go to.
Okay. All right. Okay, so are you taking your action? Are you going to try to...
Yeah, I mean, if we detect that they're firing at us, I'm returning fire.
Okay. All right, so this is what's going to happen. So you're essentially on hold. This is what your action is by how the rules work for missiles. You're on hold by the rules, ready in action as they fire the missiles. So that's how the missile action works, okay? And they fire the missiles, and so I'm going to have them make a shooting roll, okay? All right, now, put my cards out there so I got everything sorted out right. I don't want to mess this up. And you might want to get your Griffin Explorer. Everything ready, because you'll be using that a lot in this scene. Okay, so oh my goodness. Okay. Now, they didn't get a hard lock, they got a soft lock. Okay? So they're only able to release half of their total missiles. Okay? Now, so that means they fire 4 missiles at you. Oh, that means they have to make 2 checks. Sorry. Okay. Now, so, Cliff, you can start trying to shoot down missiles. Okay?
All right. Would it be just a straight shoot, or is there something I'm supposed to be rolling on the Griffin? I don't see anything on here for that.
You can just make a shooting roll.
Okay, and then I'm doing it at a +2 because of the card, right?
And can
You should
Arthur
get a
assist?
+4. You'll get just add a +2 in the modifier. The Joker should give you the +2 from it.
Oh, nice.
automatically.
Okay.
And can Arthur assist? What sort of weaponry is he shooting? I don't think
You
he
won't
needs
be
an
able to do it yet
assist.
because your card hasn't come around yet. You can't interrupt. You were still on hold. But
Okay.
I did okay.
Yeah,
you
it
did
looks
pretty
fine.
good. But you have to roll individually for each missile. So,
Oh,
So 4 times?
yes.
Okay.
Look at you. Aren't you glad you played that trait die and had a Joker this turn?
And then I'm good at shooting.
You guys are thinking, man, Aston looks good this turn. Look at him. Look at Aston.
I'm in
He
my
looks
comfort
like the
zone
last
now.
Starfighter, doesn't he? Wow. So does just Aston just like see the essentially we see the sensor start going off, right? As Levi sees a soft lock come up on the screen. And we're talking about split seconds, right? And Aston essentially just falls back into the co-pilot chair. And
Yeah, as soon as that goes off, I'm like, fuck this. Just hop in and learn, do what I learned to do in the short time that I've been on this ship. And yeah.
yeah, and you're the son of a shipping magnate. So you've operated the co-pilot chair of a vessel before, you know. So
That would make perfect sense. Yep.
yeah, and so you fall into place and start typing away at the keys and start using the controls and start firing up the auto cannons as the point defense system starts shooting down the missiles as they get close. And you guys start seeing an explosion of fireworks as they start just getting blasted out of the skies. They start like getting close to your ship, and now I'm assuming you guys can start like coming off of hold at this point and start taking your actions if you want. So, but I guess since the other two of you are on hold, I guess I'll go to Levi first. And Levi, well, unless Arthur, do you have any plans to help Levi in any way?
Well, is Levi going to take like evasive action, or how can Arthur help you?
My plan is to go fast because, Aston seems to have the shooting under control.
All right, so
But
Arthur's going to give her all she's got. Power to the engines or something like that.
Okay. All right.
Uh,
Cool. So you're gonna basically like a system on a piloting role, maybe with a skill like electronics, maybe or something like that, like to use the ship's computer system to kind of help him boost his piloting skill, essentially.
Yes.
Cool.
Sounds good.
That's an awesome idea. Sweet.
All right.
Okay.
Wow.
Cliff, did you have something you wanted to say? Start to speak up.
I did, but technically didn't Levi already go? Or was
I
that
think we were
dialogue
kind of
not
out of
part
combat when we were talking.
Okay, just want to make
Okay.
sure.
Yeah. Let me pull off Arthur. Yep. So you succeeded. You gave Levi +1, and we're just gonna pull Spencer off the combat tracker because I don't want to have to while I'm still trying to learn the sci-fi, the space combat rules. I don't want to be trying to manage him. And so you give him a +1, so that's good. And we'll do Levi. So Levi. So what are you gonna do?
So Aston already shot down all 4 missiles. So
Yep.
I just want to hit the gas. I want to hit the gas and just try and move away. So piloting?
So you're gonna try to pull away from him, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
in hopes that us being smaller might be faster. That might be wrong.
And that would be with a +3, wouldn't it? 2 from the inspiration and 1 from the assist.
And +2
yeah,
from the
you'll have an
Joker,
extra
too.
+2, which would give you a raise.
Cool.
Okay. And thank you for pointing that out, actually. So, essentially, we're turning this into kind of like a chase, right? We're going to try to break free from them. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to basically decide how many essentially successes and raises that you're going to need to break free from them, and that's how we're going to treat it. Okay?
Cool.
All right, so right now you're at 2. Help me keep track, Jeremy. You're netting 2 at this point. All right. And so you've basically turned a complete 180, and you're trying to pull away. And so you're hoping that Aston can essentially cover your ass with the co-pilot's chair with weaponry. All right?
All my good rolls are gone, my guy.
Aston is back around, though, but you guys, you cannot use your... Oh, yeah, your... I think we decided that your Gatling cannon... Sorry, your... What was it called? It's not called the Gatling cannon.
The point defense or the missile launcher or...
Yeah, they have to be on a... They have to be on a turret for them to be a point defense weapon to shoot down missiles coming from any direction. So, like if the enemy gets close to you, or for him to shoot down missiles from behind, they have to be on a turret. So that's just something to remember, that Aston can shoot enemies that are behind you. It's going to be on a... I believe it's ventral that's below you, or is it dorsal?
I think it's ventral.
Yeah, so it's a ventral turret, I believe. So it's the undercarriage. And then, of course, you've got missiles. And in space, of course, they can be fired out in front of you. And then, of course, essentially turned around. So
can I take an action to do anything, like to aim to attempt to lock onto this ship or anything like that?
yes. Okay, so the rules for missiles, really cool. You can actually find them in your inventory under the vehicle.
Cool.
And pull up the Griffin Explorer and pull up the not the missile launcher. Yeah, under combat notes, I believe it's in there. Maybe it's not. Thought it was. Yeah.
Autocannon or light missiles.
Yeah. The Griffin Explorer. Sorry, under the Griffin Explorer.
Right. That's where I'm at.
When you need help in combat regarding missiles, use the link below.
Oh, special weapons. Gotcha. Cool.
Yep. Oh, it linked to the wrong. It linked to the wrong thing. That's bad. That's not bad. Okay, well, I will drop the link in chat for you.
Okay.
It went to the wrong place. I must have, when I dropped the link, thought it went somewhere else. I will fix you up, buddy. That was my fault. Okay.
Are you talking about the special weapons link?
Yeah.
I mean, if you scroll down, missiles are down there, but they're near the bottom.
Yeah, it's not the right page, though. I'll sort it out.
Oh, okay.
There you go, Aston.
Cool.
Go all the way to the bottom, and it tells you about... it's not... Sorry, not all the way to the bottom. It's a section on missiles. It tells you about how lock-on works. Okay, so...
So electronics roll?
Yeah, you'll make a... opposed electronics roll to lock on. So this is actually where he can... where Matt can be helpful to help with locking on. With locking on with... Or you actually, you have electronics now. So whichever one of you is free at the time. So...
So,
Yeah,
I mean, if if I'm gunning, I guess I gotta lock on anyways.
Yeah. Well, you can like, but see, the thing is like, he can be locking on and you can be shooting in the same turn without doing multi-action penalties.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then can I hold my turn until after Arthur's turn for him to be able to lock on? Does it work that way?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Then that's my condition. I'm going to hold until Arthur's able to attempt a lock on. Hopefully get a lock on.
See? Using tactics here, fellas.
Strategery.
And then could Levi do like a combat assist for bonuses on how to plan and where to hit people?
You could do support roles on like shooting and that kind of stuff. Yeah. That's the kind of stuff you can do. All right.
Let's
now,
see what the wolfies are going to do.
That's right. Sorry, I was dropping links in my chat bar. Okay, so actually, I'm going to bring up a small map to help the viewers out a little bit, so they got a little something to go on here for just kind of for seeing what we're kind of looking at.
I can learn to understand you much better if I can get familiar with the way you talk.
What the heck is that?
That's the computer speaking to us.
The AI on the ship is communicating.
Is that my
That's some good
computer?
effects you got there, Shane.
I don't know where that came from.
That's the new update they did with Windows 10, the one that was causing all the issues with sound drivers. Sometimes your guys's your voice activated commands through whatever the fuck Cortana will just randomly go off.
Oh, I'm gonna have to
Nice.
fix that damn thing then.
So
It's
glad
gonna
I turned
randomly
that
do
off
that.
as soon as possible.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn that thing off if it's gonna do that. That's annoying as shit then. It's gonna be going off while running games.
Don't worry, it hijacks your entire microphone and everything. No big deal.
Oh god, can people hear me? Okay, they can hear
Yeah.
me. Okay. Alright. Yeah, so I'm pulling up the star map so people can see it, and then I'm gonna zoom in and we're just gonna project some ships on the star map. And I don't think we really need it for scale, because we're not really gonna use grid-based combat, because really the weapons ranges are kind of terrible in the sci-fi companion and all sci-fi weapons, because they do in yards. It's like space combat in yards. Like, really? So,
Yeah.
but just ignore the ranges. So
One
we're just
ship is like 1 yard, right?
We're actually going to use it just to kind of help us track successes and races on you breaking distance. How about that? Okay. So we're just going to put the NPCs, the ships out there. You and the ship out there. Okay. So we need the Griffin Explorer and we need the Wolf Cruiser. Pretty good to me. Okay. And now we're ready to go. Okay. Now, wait. So you guys can, and I'll share this map for you guys, I guess. I'll just drop it in chat. And you guys can at least see for scale. Okay. Now, the bad guys. Okay. So they know that their missiles can be used in much further ranges. So what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to close the distance with you. And they can do all this in the same turn because I got a multi-man crew. So they're going to try to close the distance with you with piloting. And then they're going to try to use their laser cannons. Okay, they can close they can get one square to you. Actually, we'll say that we'll move you 1 square. We'll say that we move 1 square by default, and for every raise, success and raise, you move 1 extra square. I moved you 1 extra because that's what you get every turn. So they move 1, and they get 1 extra for getting a success. Okay? So they get 1 extra, and we'll say that they have to be 2 squares from you to use their lasers, so they're not close enough. So they cannot use their lasers on you yet. So they're going to burn their missiles. Or at least they're going to start trying to lock on. They're going to try to get a hard lock this time, unfortunately. So we'll see how that goes. So, all right. So this is going to be an opposed electronics roll from you guys. So, okay. So one of you on your side gets to make an electronics roll. Oh no, it's an opposed electronics versus the target's maneuvering skill. So one of you is actually at the pilot's chair now. So you can try to actually outmaneuver them on the locking now. So, okay, so that will be either one of you really. But
that's all, Levi.
Yep.
It's a piloting check, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Make a piloting roll for me. I won't be any of that.
Dang, the GM can Benny ones.
Yeah, I can't critical fail on an extra, so I can't. It's not a critical failure. All right. Yeah.
So hang on, I'm gonna Benny my roll then too.
You don't want him to get a soft lock. All right.
Let's just see.
Ooh,
That's
look
better.
at you.
Yeah.
Nice. So you're dodging and weaving. You're keeping him from getting that soft lock on you. Nice. Okay, sweet. Very
Do a
cool.
barrel
Nice
roll,
maneuvering.
Fox.
Yeah, there's probably all
helped.
kinds
Shut
of
up.
weaving and stuff happening. Barrel roll, Fox. Nice callback. Nice Star Fox. I always think of Star Fox 64 whenever I hear that. I know there's other Star Fox games, but that's my favorite. Okay, Arthur, what do you do?
Good.
All right. Arthur is going to. I guess you said he's locking on, and then Aston is going to shoot. So
Okay, same kind of thing out of you. An electronics roll to try to establish a lock.
and I see the telemetry center is supposed to give +2 to electronics. Does that count for this as well?
When I made that, I wasn't thinking about the fact that the missiles were. I didn't know that those rules were in there. So we'll say it's not. We'll say it's non-combat
Okay.
rolls. So
Okay.
yeah.
And then for clarity,
You didn't need it though. Jeez.
yeah.
For clarity.
So for clarity, when you're doing like assist, like if I were to assist him with an electronic roll, would that be my turn to assist, or is assist on his turn?
A support roll is an action. So,
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so try to see what it does if you get a raise. A raise is a more solid lock and allows you to fire all of your missiles.
You.
Okay, now. Okay, so Cliff, if you want to at this point, you can dump every missile the boat has. If you want to.
So before I do that, so do they get to make their opposing check, or?
I rolled it, they failed.
Oh, okay.
They got a 3.
Okay, so then if I know I got a solid lock, then yeah, I'm gonna try to either stall him or ideally take him out. Okay.
Well, you got to decide
then
right
we
now if
just-
you're going to dump every missile.
How many missiles do we have?
I believe it says on your sheet. I think it's 4, I want to say.
Up to 4 light missiles. Yep.
Yep.
Sorry.
I guess I would confer with the captain, but just quick in combat, like, hey, we got a lock on. You want to burn them?
Fire.
Burn them.
Okay. Fire 'em all.
Yep. With a 7.
Oh, I messed up. Did it wrong. You need to make a single shoot roll per missile. Oh wait, no, it's sorry. Sorry. Make sure I'm doing this right. No, you only make one. I was like, yeah.
Oh, I do it right through the. I would actually do it through this combat, not shooting, right?
I'm sorry.
So would I actually make? So I did a 7 on the shooting roll. Would I actually just roll it through the Griffin Explorer combat? Roll that missile.
You can.
Does that make a difference?
That's probably the optimal way to do it. If you can do it that way, try it.
Let's see. Nope.
Thank you for the follow, DN Demonetized. I love that name. Okay, so I guess you can't do that. Probably only the pilot can, because he's assigned as the pilot.
Okay.
Levi.
It looks like I can roll damage, but it doesn't say I can roll the attack.
Okay, but yeah, we'll treat it as one roll for all of them.
Okay.
Because so yeah, we'll treat it as one roll for all of them because it's kind of like you're dumping them all at once. I like that way. And then he's the one who has to make a separate shooting roll to knock them all down. But they're not extras, so this will probably go very badly for them. Sorry, they're not wild cards, so this will probably go very badly for them. So they'll have to make a... Oh, I forgot to give you the -6 penalty for shooting down missiles because they fire so fast. Oh well, you had your moment to shine. I forgot to do that. You're supposed to get a -6 penalty to shoot down missiles because they fly at Mach 1. But oh well, I will give it to the bad guys. You had your moment to shine, but it was at a huge advantage to you. But hey,
To be fair, I'd still got an 18 with a -6 on one of those.
Yeah, you still looked, and you got like you had like a +4
his
bonus.
lowest roll would have been his lowest roll would have been a 5.
Still would have gotten. Yeah, you still would have gotten them all. I think actually. So. Yeah, you still would have gotten them all. So just because of that damn Joker and that adventure card, I think. So, we'll do shooting rolls for this crew wolf. So across the board for all of them. So at a -6,
so do a 7 on mine.
I'm not gonna apply the penalties. What I'll do is I'll just pick up the die, and I'll just roll it 4 times, and I'll do it manually in my head. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a no on every single one of those. So. Roll damage 4 times, and that is, I think it's 66. And
I can't do any of that. So
let me put the vehicle in the combat tracker, and then you can target directly.
I can't even roll the attack die on it.
Oh, bummer. Okay, let me see if I can figure out a way for you to do it. I think I know a way you can do it. Now can you do it?
Let's see. Nope, still can't do it.
Oh, bummer.
What's it say? So it's 6d6. I gotta do that 4 times.
Yeah, do it that way. Sure.
6d6 4 times. Got it.
I guess because only one person can be assigned as the pilot, I guess. I will just put the missiles and the multi-cannon on your damages, on your sheets as weapons.
Why did I do it that way?
You don't have to do it that way. You can do... I'll take care of it.
I just did roll 6d6, and it decided to just roll an unskilled.
Weird. Hold on. We'll do this. I know people in chat are probably wondering why in the hell we're doing this, but we're actually kind of trying to figure this out. This is our first time doing space combat, and we want to figure it out for in the future too. So I know it's probably annoying and not enjoyable for you guys watching, but we want to make sure we do it right for in the future. So we want to have it figured out. So I apologize if it's not enjoyable, but to be honest, table comes first. So, all right. So AP8, you should have a light missile now on your attacks.
Okay, let me pull my sheet back up here. Hey, look at that. That was one roll.
Nice.
2, 3. Ah, boo. You know, just to be petty, I'm going to Benny that last one.
This is not high enough, huh?
Rolled the same fucking thing. Of course.
Okay, so this is how we'll do it. Unharmed on the first one. Wow. Shaken on the second one.
Damn.
Okay, so he's shaken now. All right? And he's got to make a out of control roll. All right.
So did he get both of those? Oh, wait. Why does it say critical hit?
Vehicle out of control. Vehicle takes a wound and a critical hit.
Oh.
What?
So it takes a wound.
They're thinking of like chase as in like car.
Yeah,
or-
okay, so
or like
maybe
that.
what happened. All right, so maybe what happened is so you open up the volley, right? And one of the missiles is a square hit, right? And you think the others just don't get into the meat of the hull of the ship. But one of the hits is a square hit. But one of them looks like it's just way too shy. But the square hit makes the pilot lose control, and he just pulls too hard and just turns right into the blast of the second one. And the one that looks like it would have been just would have missed him and not even clipped him. And so he ends up taking a wound from it. So that's good job, guys. So now he is shaken. So that's a good thing, guys, because now he is shaken, and you might get a chance, Levi, to break free here now. Okay?
Sweet.
Okay. So now Aston got off a hole to make his attack and took his action. And now we're back around to Levi, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna try and get away again.
Promise these combat encounters will get faster once you get used to them.
Oh
So,
yeah.
We've actually
So
gone way
just a
past our
straight
first
piloting
break.
roll, right?
Yes, if you're just trying to get away again.
Where'd
Yes.
it go? Where'd it go? Pilot. Whoosh. Hey.
Look at that.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness.
I win.
Yeah.
Okay.
I found the
All right.
gas pedal.
Okay.
It was that one
All
the
right.
whole time.
All
Oh,
right.
it's
So this is
both
what
pedals.
happens. So Cliff is buckled down tight in the co-pilot chair, Matt, however, is not. The the ship won't compensate enough. The thrust compensators won't compensate enough for the thrust and the maneuvering that Levi is doing right now. Arthur, I need you to make an athletics roll.
Oh, we know how he's
Stay on your
with
feet.
athletics.
Look at that.
He made it.
Okay. So you managed to grab onto the wheel, grab onto the controls at which table are you at the moment?
I think he was he was at the telemetry center, but also kind of like one hand on the telemetry center, one hand
At one of the
whatever
consoles
useful.
nearby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then you maybe like grab like both hands on either side, and like holding on for dear life as like he kicks it in high gear as soon as the missiles go off, and the thrust compensators aren't able to keep up, and the false gravity is nowhere near handling that situation, and so you guys start to really clear the distance, and so you guys get to here, and I'll say that there's. I may change my mind on this later, but I'll say there's no cap right now on the amount of raises you can get. I mean, it makes sense to me at the time, because I mean, you can go an infinite amount of speed in space. It's just a matter of what the human body can take. Yeah, but so actually, Arthur. Actually, we'll do that at the end of the turn. Okay. So I'll say that's enough raises to actually. I said 3, so that's more than 3 raises. So we'll say that you guys broke free of range, and the wolf has no more missiles. So, actually, no, he never established a lock. So, actually, I'll say you guys have, but you're out of range. I said 3 successes would do it. So you're out of range right now. But he's got one more turn to cover the distance. So he removed his shaken result. So he's going to try to pilot to catch up with you. Let's see if he can do it. But he's got the -2 penalty. I wonder if it'll automatically apply the -2 penalty. Oh, this is the Wolf Cruiser. The pilot already acted. Yeah, the pilot already acted. Never mind. He doesn't have a turn. You guys broke free, and you were in the clear. That was the ship I added in for them to target. But yeah, so you guys are actually in the clear. So you made it out of the way, and Levi is busting it, hauling ass. But once you guys start to calm down, and you guys get a safe distance away, I want all of you guys to make vigor rolls for me, please. Look at Arthur.
I gotta lay down.
Too much excitement for me.
Okay, so Aston, you immediately feel it in your gut. It's been a while since you've ridden around on a ship like this. You remember, you were 12 years old. It was unexpected. Your dad took you out. It was supposed to be joyriding. And you got into a combat encounter like this. And last time, you threw up all over the pilot. All over the pilot.
This time I remember to turn my head the opposite way.
And you threw up. And then so you take 2 points of fatigue. And you just... Do you heave? Or do you...
Oh, yeah, fully.
Yeah, because it makes you feel better afterwards if you release it right.
I just sort of look at Levi, like with this like grin of like, yeah, we did it. And then immediately just...
Nice. All right,
Spencer,
sweet.
clean up in the pilot's quarters or whatever this is, the cockpit.
Nice. And Arthur though, he feels maybe it's a high, right? Maybe Arthur hasn't seen space combat, like you guys have, and maybe he's just living on a high right now, And so, but Levi, you're also getting that 1 point of fatigue, and but anyway, so you guys, so you got through. You didn't get wounded. The ship did not suffer any damage. So, and you managed to evade the pirates. So, good job, guys. So, all right. So, I think we will definitely get faster at this. We've got it kind of nailed down. So, I will apparently though we'll have to put all the ship's weapons though on apparently your combat tabs. So that's not gonna be an issue though, but we'll do it. So, shouldn't be difficult though. All right, but so let's see from. I probably just make an item on your sheets that's 0 weight. That way it'll calculate your shooting and everything. So, so you guys are free, and you guys traveled the other 4 days. You can take off that fatigue. It was just mostly just for role playing and narrative. Does anyone want to run an interlude over the next few days of travel?
Well, I mean, I think Arthur would be attempting to help. I don't know if you've decided or had a chance to think about it, but attempt to help Spencer recover Devon.
Yeah, I would like for both of you to work on that. That'd be cool. But I want Shaun to be here when we do a lot of that, when we resolve that. So we'll just say it's going to take you guys a long time to figure out how to make that work. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
So maybe in the free time you guys are working on that one. So, but if you're interested in running an interlude, we can run an interlude, but we probably won't make that one be the one, if that makes any sense. So.
I will pass on it this time around. I figure that Acid's probably going to be drained from that, especially after the 2 fatigue. He's going to be napping most of the time. In the time that he's not, I'm going to be doing research on the data chips and realizing what I'm going to need to be able to access these. And then as soon as we get onto Sidori, I'll probably start looking for either a cyber deck or a PDD.
Okay. All right.
Is Aston being secretive about his research and all that?
What research?
Okay.
All right. Okay. Then if no one's interested in the interlude, then we can move ahead to the Jeremy, were you gonna say anything?
I was just gonna say that Levi would rest and mess with trying to. Well, no, I was gonna say try and fix the shuttle, but we definitely don't have a whole nother windshield sort of setup.
Yeah,
So-
you probably don't have the equipment to do that. What about your
Yeah.
powered armor
So-
in the next 4
Yeah,
days?
I'd probably just mess with that and
Okay.
fiddle with it and take a stock of.
Let's do a
what's broken
stock
and what's
over.
not.
Let's do a short stock of like an account or inventory of what you'll need to make that operational. How about that? So,
Cool.
First off, you'll need a helmet. That's the one thing you will need. You can't just make a repair roll and have a helmet
Yeah.
because it'll need specialized parts. The armor though that is the armor that you do have though, like the rest of the body, it is damaged. For the most part though, you can just make repair rolls, and probably I guess. I mean, I would say just make repair rolls probably, and just get that, in working order. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But until you get a helmet, I mean, you can't do EVA type stuff with it.
Sure. For
So,
sure.
I mean, you could have a functioning, like, power armor,
Cool.
and at least to some degree. You couldn't go out into outer space with it, but you can at least have a suit, Did you decide on what kind it is from the options?
I was gonna either ask for the Ranger or the EVA. Either one would be cool. The Ranger one just has more communications gear, it seems like, and the EVA has got the jets and fully sealed sort of thing. So
Okay. Yeah, the exo action. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and
Yeah,
by
I'm
the way,
trying to
Levi, we're going to need $200,000 worth of missiles.
Probably.
No, spot on.
That's what they
why
are in
we
the
gotta fix
sci-fi
this.
companion. That's what they are in the sci-fi companion. But yeah, that's what they're priced at. But
We'll just have
is that what they're
Arthur whip
priced
up
at in the sci-fi companion, or in the core book?
In the core book, it looked like they were like 116,000 each or something like that.
Oh, is that what they really are? Oh, geez.
Yeah, they're in the notes that you have for the ship. It says that they're at 50,000 apiece.
Jeez. Yeah. Jeremy's like, shit.
Oh, maybe we could just get the casings, and then Arthur can build like the warhead and the homing system.
Listen, Anthony Wright needs to protect his investments, so I'm sure he'll have no problem with giving us 4 more missiles.
He needs to pony up.
Seems how we just saved everything.
I love it. You guys are just gonna keep. It's funny.
I think
funny.
Arthur just needs to make us some EM missiles.
That's what I was thinking. If they were closing on us and we weren't going to be able to escape, he was going to like build some sort of EMP to like just drop out the back of the ship, out the shuttle bay doors.
That's funny.
EMP missiles would be a good fucking idea if you can implement it correctly.
I think there's actually a ship I was looking through, and actually I saw they had them. A ship had them, but in the sci-fi companion. But so okay, all right. Well, Jeremy, I'm looking at them, and I don't recall seeing anything on them that makes me see anything I dislike. You know.
Okay. And I'd pick the Ranger suit just because I don't know, we already have EVA suits.
Yeah, it doesn't let you fly like in. It's not like a
No.
Fett. You know, it's not for that. So.
No,
Okay.
It's got like communications stuff, and it does have a jump pack, so like my feeble bones can jump further if I'm wearing it. But
Yeah. Yeah.
Your feeble bones with the best athletics out of all of us.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Then just add a ranger suit to your inventory.
Cool.
Okay. Just remember that it does not apply to your head.
Oh yeah.
And you'll have to make a repair roll of some kind to get it fully up to snuff.
Well, how about I just do that? Where's my repair? Arthur's busy doing something productive.
I mean, he'd definitely be open to helping you if you wanted to help. Otherwise, he's going to be like trying to come up with some fancy add-ons to the drone.
I don't know. It's Jeremy somehow feels like it's cheating to ask you to help, but I mean, you just have a much better repair than me, so
it wouldn't really be cheating if you think about it. We got how many days? 4 days ahead of us. At some point, I'm sure in 4 days you would have said something like, "Hey, you think you could look at this?"
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, you could try yourself first, and if it doesn't work out, you run into a roadblock.
Yeah.
Let's just see what the roll does. Okay. It's my pastime anyway, tinkering with stuff. So
yeah. Okay.
I'm not in a rush. Is the point?
So you're making repairs at it right now. It's so it's gonna take I'll say you get it repaired by the time leave the Magani system. So you get the parts that are damaged repaired by the time you guys reach the jump cannon for the Magani system. So okay. And maybe you guys, he's so deep in his work, you guys have to alert him that you guys reached the Magani jump cannon. And so we'll jump ahead time-wise to where we won't role play out all the sicknesses and all that kind of stuff to to the actually, so you guys get to the Magani system jump cannon, and you guys have a message waiting for you, actually, from your sister Adira. She tells you that you should probably refuel up in the next system. There's the outpost that they're at is a space station, and she gives you the exact coordinates, and she says it's 6 days from the jump cannon. She says, apologies for the location, but unfortunately we couldn't move the station closer. For reasons which you'll realize once you get here.
All right.
So I lost where do we keep the fuel for the ship now? I was trying to find because 12 seems like the max that we
12 is the
have.
max. I just hadn't brought it back down as you travel.
Check.
So
Sure. That's where it is. Thank you.
it's in story in the campaign tab.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I had this is the combat part of it. I'm with you.
Okay. And so you guys make it to the second jump cannon through the brown dwarf system, and you make it to the second jump cannon. You are in the Sidori 379 system, and so you see the coordinates. You travel the other 6 days, and this star system is empty of any traffic. Okay, and actually, I should point out how unique it was going through the check-in, because this is essentially a Wright Industries jump cannon. There is no traffic coming in through here. Okay, this is a jump cannon that it's made. It's not made a large size to fit a huge interstellar traffic. It's made to probably fit one corporation's like business interest, and you think they probably have sole ownership of this star system, and there is no one else waiting to get inside this system when you get here, and you're immediately hailed when you get there, and they someone answers, and someone reaches out to you, and they're just bored as soon as they reach out to you, and they say, "Send us your sick."
Are sick?
It's your ship identification codes.
Sorry. Click, click. Beep, bop.
Thank you. Oh, Astra Unum. Okay. All right. Yeah, go on ahead.
It's going to be a great visit, Arthur. Thank you for dragging us along to this.
Maybe it'll get more exciting later.
How's your day going over there?
I'm sorry for my friend here. You're only the second person today. So my name is Jessica. We'll be helping you through today. If you will, head on into the jump cannon. Please maintain a slow incoming speed, please, and please come to a slow stop. And when we give you the order, continue on ahead. And on the count of 10, you can head on into the jump cannon. And if you've done this kind of thing before, you should know what you're getting into. If you've not done this before, please disclose now.
We're good.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And I'm assuming you know where your destination is, correct?
Yep.
All right. Okay. Well, I'll be glad to help you if you need any more help. But unfortunately, the person helping you on the other side is Mr. Robin Parker. Just reach out to him if you need any more assistance once you reach the other side. Just reach out to Station Jericho once you make it to the other side. They're about 15 kilometers from where we'll be dropping you off at. But hopefully you won't be needing assistance. But if you do, that's who you can reach out to. So, all right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Shut up. Jeez. God. All right. And then you see the cannon whirl up and do its thing. And then you guys are hurled through it, brilliant speeds. And then, of course, some of you may experience the jump sickness. I don't know. We're not going to roll it because you got 6 days to overcome it. And you guys get on through the other side. And it's just empty. It is a brilliant young red star. Now, it is a red giant, but looks like it just turned. So, it may be in that area where the habitable zone might be changing relatively recently. So, it's a unique situation. But it looks like there's quite a few planets in the system. And the jump took quite a while. You're not sure how far you actually jumped. You're starting to question how far you are off the beaten path at this point. And so now you start to follow the coordinates that you were given. And eventually, you get to the outpost with which you're probably destined to be at. But it definitely looks strange on your sensors because it does not look anything like what you imagined it to look like. It doesn't look like anything that looks human-made. It doesn't look like like one of those like round, like old style, like ones that spin in a geosynchronous orbit. It doesn't look like a flat style station that usually floats on asteroid belts. It doesn't look like anything like that. It looks like it looks kind of like a giant floating 8-sided dice.
Hmm.
And it's black, almost like it's made of obsidian out in space. And it's and it's just kind of floating out over this like a gas giant, probably in geosynchronous orbit. Actually, it's in, what do they call it? Yeah, geosynchronous is actually the term, where it's floating over an equator. Yeah.
It's floating over the same spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arthur, has your sister told you anything about this place?
Nope, she has not. But does the shape of that station remind you of those tentacle alien robots we encountered?
Yeah, let's chuck the stuff out the back and just head home.
We're done.
As long as they can send us our credits.
So
Out of character,
your
were we
communications
getting
go
paid
off.
for this? I've forgotten.
I hope so.
Your communications go off, and your sister reaches out over your comms, Arthur, and she says, "Is that you, Arthur?"
Yes, it is. Hi, Adira.
Oh, I'm so glad you're finally here. We've been wondering when you were going to get here. Oh, great. Hey, just the docking section is right along the center line of just the center. You can kind of get an image of it. We still haven't quite interfaced with the systems here, so just start approaching and you'll see it where it is. I would send it via PDD, but it doesn't have that kind of range. But you'll kind of see it as you start to approach. But just come on in.
Okay, we're coming on in.
Arthur, when was the last time you talked to your sister?
I don't know. When was the last time Arthur talked to his sister?
I mean, like physically? Like
In general.
Like in two-way conversation? Like live?
Yeah, I guess.
3 months ago?
And it's really suspicious that you went through that level of clarification for when was the last time we talked.
Well, you know how communication works in this setting, you know, like you have to send messages, video messages, because of, you know, everybody's on different systems, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So, do you two have a good relationship?
Yeah, we do. I mean, she kind of took care of me after things went poorly on our home station. I'm glad we both got out.
Okay. Just gonna go walk on my own and buckle up, ready for docking.
Since it took us like 10 days to get here, Levi was fixing his suit. Could Arthur have completed a couple drone mods? Specifically, like a manipulator arm and remote access, or a computer remote access.
Sure, you can make a repair roll to see if you accomplish those things. Sure.
Okay.
Why do I even ask?
That Mr. Fix-It is so good.
It is.
All right, make a... I'm going to say that's going to be a wealth roll, though, to use supplies for those kind of things, though. I mean, it seems like you would burn up supplies on the ship, though. Right?
Mm.
Like, I'd say make a... Yeah, make a wealth roll, unmodified.
Okay. No, I'm gonna Benny that.
All right. Okay.
At least
Okay.
it succeeded.
Yeah. So, but if you, it'll lower your wealth by 1 level, though.
Okay.
You just succeeded if you didn't get a raise. Essentially,
And how
that's
do you raise
like
the wealth again?
you just make a wealth roll. Should be a skill on your sheet.
I mean, to raise it?
Oh, you just get paid for jobs.
Okay, so just when we complete jobs and get paid, it'll increase.
Yeah.
Okay. You mean like how money real works? That's really weird.
Okay. So now, what is that remote access thing you put on it? I know you put the arm on it, but what is the other thing you said?
Like remote computer access, some way to, so that Spencer specifically can bounce his signal through the drone, and the drone, kind of, I don't know, like R2D2's little manipulator arm plugs into a computer, and Spencer can use the drone to access something remote.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess that's kind of possible. I mean, it's like a USB port kind of thing.
Yeah.
Essentially. I mean, I guess it's possible. Sure.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, it's limited in where it can go, for sure, because it's like a pretty good-sized drone that hovers around. But yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now we're... oh, yeah, so you're docking on the ship. Levi, are y'all docking?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So only Aston is like so worried. Okay.
No. I'm worried, but they said they didn't have access to anything yet, so I'm okay with it.
Okay. All right. So you guys enter. It's kind of like the Death Star, where there's like that little spot. I love it. Yeah, I compared it that way, right? There's like that little spot in the midsection, like a trench, and that's where you guys pull into and dock the ship.
I have a sudden urge to
And
turn off my targeting computer.
right. And so you guys park the ship in there, and you get out of the trench, and you guys get out and kind of stretch your legs or whatever, and so you guys are met out there by some guys in work uniforms, some scientists. There's a lot of curious people that meet you out there, and you're surrounded by obsidian. And Aston, is just so worried that like his eyes are darting around. He's not even thinking straight, right? And he's just seeing all these people approach him, and that kind of stuff. And he's just so paranoid. Like Levi, you just I don't know, man. Aston is acting weird, So.
And I'm gonna totally play towards my suspicious hindrance too. So I'll even take that at a negative
And
2.
Adira is like walking briskly towards the ship. Arthur.
I assume we've exited the ship.
I'm assuming you guys are like just came down the EVA hatch.
Okay.
And are down at the bottom of the ship. There's a lot of people like in the area because like ships don't hardly ever come here. Or at least that's why y'all think they're here.
I am gonna be sure to like physically stay between people and the door to the ship in case there's some kind of a mutiny happening.
Right. Okay. All right.
I think Arthur is completely oblivious to the suspicions the other two have.
Right. Because his sister's here. Right. He wants to be reunited with his sister. Right. Right. Okay. All right. And so your sister is walking briskly up to you guys, and so she just like throws her arms around you and gives you a big giant hug, and she pulls back away and says and looks at you and makes sure you're well, and then she's like, she says, "You look different."
Different? Different?
Yeah.
How?
Look like you've toughened up a little bit, brother.
Oh, well, I have some stories to tell you.
Well, good. Well, you can tell me all the stories you want in my lab. I think you'll be excited to see all the stuff I have.
I definitely am. And you'll be excited to see the stuff I have.
Oh, awesome. That's great. What about your friends? I haven't met Levi. I've heard about your new captain.
Yes, this is Captain Levi Roosevelt and Aston. His last name is very long.
She looks at Aston and Levi and she says, a pleasure to meet you both. And she looks at Aston and kind of smiles and says, a pleasure to meet you all.
Aston Hatcher Courtney of the Brax Courtney Enterprise. The one that's helping fund this trip, Arthur, the last name that's so hard to remember. It is a pleasure to meet you, though.
Of course. You're helping with us our research, so it is definitely a pleasure. So thank you for coming all this way out. So you said you're with someone else, though. You're not in Astra Unum? You're not with the company?
I'm sort of a third-party contractor, we'll say.
Well,
my father's company, Brax Courtney, is the one that is sort of been subcontracted by Astra Unum to assist with this. It's a mutually beneficial agreement we have.
Well, you're missing out. I can't think of any better boss than Anthony Wright. So I've done some great things working with him. So, And she says, I think all my assistants here and the workers here probably just want to hear stories about the outside world and then get some supplies. Uh, but anyways, I guess they're here to also unload the thing you brought back for us.
You want to? Well, you want to see it? You can't actually see it. You can see the cage it's in.
Well, no, we're definitely not going to open it up. No, and at least not under these circumstances. No. So we're going to need to at least have a facility prepared for its opening. But no,
Yeah, spike-proof one.
yes. She says. Oh, I forgot to describe her. So she's kind of like she's kind of thin framed. She's kind of got like she's got like dark hair. She's kind of got like light skin. Kind of like Arthur does in that picture, you know. She's got like a long face. I mean, she's attractive, but she's not like she's not overly so or anything like that. But kind of got like a lithe build to her. But despite her small size, she commands her assistants with pretty good authority. It looks like she's taken to leading her group pretty good in the last 3 months. It looks like you've never seen her with this much confidence before. And she just kind of like, she tells them all to kind of get in there and start getting it out. So, and they take a kind of like a lift in there, get the Faraday cage and drag it back out. So, and so they start like loading it up and everything like that and get it pulled in and out of there. So that's what they do. And so what do we see you guys doing?
Well, Arthur is going to point out the alien tech that he had ripped out of or removed from the ship when it was being converted. And he's gonna, that it needs to be picked up and taken as well, but not all of it because he wants some.
Oh, interesting. Perhaps we'll see something like this facility here, but in its infantile state. That would be interesting to see.
Yes.
So as you can see from where we are, this place is not man-made. So this place actually, we couldn't find it until recently. So when I was assigned here, it only just appeared on scopes and long-range telescopes only 4 months ago from Anthony Wright's description of the place. So, and this place is very far from everywhere else in this sector of space. Like, very far. And he was only willing to build this jump cannon because of this place. And suddenly it just appeared. Anyway, we've arrived and we've started investigating, and we believe that it had some sort of perception filter or something like that over it. And we're kind of slowly learning over time more about the technology here, but we think it just ran out of power, and it just everything just started shutting down.
I was going to ask if it's functional or not, but
well, some systems are functional at this time, but let me rephrase that. Some are able to be functional. Like, we're able to get life support operational. But we have generators powering those things on. But we're only able to interface with certain systems. And it's only because they're remarkably similar to ours, or at least in interfacing. But some are just completely foreign to us. You're understanding some of this, Cliff. And she says, but some of it is just completely lost to us. Like, we're just, like, we don't understand anything about the perception filter. We don't understand any of that stuff. We couldn't even begin to try to reverse engineer it. But this it's just treasure trove of potential technology. I mean, Wright Industries could be setting themselves up to be like the next big technological superpower in the next century, just because of this information we've discovered. But what I really asked you here for was because we found another location.
Oh, like another space station like this?
It's not a space station. It's on a planet.
Oh.
Sodori 379C. So there's actually a terrestrial body. And she pulls it up on our PDD and like swipes and it pulls up. And you guys are all if you're all near her, she kind of like sends it to your devices. None of you guys have any. She sends it to Arthur's, and you can all hover around him if you can want to see it. And she says, Sodori 379. Unfortunately, when the sun started changing, it started becoming a red dwarf and started losing its heat, burning off its heat. Unfortunately, the planet started changing its climate. So now it's in the last several thousand years it started getting colder. So, but it's still livable right now. We haven't had a chance to really figure out what's out there right now, but we know that there is another outpost similar to this one, but it's on the planet. And we sent a team out there. But unfortunately, we haven't heard back from them yet. Now, I actually called you out here to help me with research, but this happened after, only a day after I reached out to you. And I thought I could get your help while you're here.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to help. Definitely really more interested in research than finding lost scientists, but I understand priorities.
I mean, I know that the lost scientists is not something that excites you, but the lost scientists were looking for an outpost. So, the outpost is an opportunity for research. So, what do you think of the idea of me and you doing research together on our own outpost,
I like that idea. Were there any power signals coming from the outpost?
Well, the only reason why we know it's there is because it was in a database. So, and we can't really read their language or understand their language, but we could recognize the astronomical data. So, and that's how we figured out that there was something on that planet. So,
well, we should probably tell you about the alien creatures we encountered when trying to attain this artifact. Because if your researchers are missing and this outpost is still powered, it probably has defenses, and yeah, we had to deal with some of this stuff.
Okay. Well, we can debrief if y'all want to follow me.
Sure. Arthur definitely will.
He looks at the other two of you.
Is there any place around here that I might be able to purchase a cyber deck or a PDD?
I'm sure we could spare one. For everything else you've done for us, we can just spare one to give to you if you want.
That would be perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. If anything, it'll help you help us help. It'll help you help us. So.
And
Um,
I'm gonna follow Arthur.
I don't know why I'm suspicious. Yeah, following Arthur.
I'm suspicious because it's one of my hindrances.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not.
I'm suspicious because this whole fucking thing is suspicious. We're
I think
on a
there's
fucking floating octahedron that they don't know how to operate, that we just brought an alien artifact to, that God knows what the fuck it could do if they interface the alien artifact with this thing that we're on.
Yeah, there's the little nagging doubt in the back of Arthur's head, like, what if we are successful? What will that mean?
Yes, that balance of cautious versus curious, right? On those hindrances, right?
I think his curiosity is going to win out, at least right now.
Okay. But what about Levi? Does he follow him to the
Yeah,
debrief?
I'm following.
I mean, so you guys tell them all the things that you've encountered and all the trouble you guys had, and okay.
Yeah, Arthur will mention the artifact was attempting to communicate with the shards embedded in dead people, and the gamma brain waves similar to psionic abilities and all that. In case it helps them with.
It's a good time to talk about so Shaun. So I want to go on record to say this about it. Nice. Yeah. You're probably not wrong, but so at this point, we want to comment and say, so Spencer is following you guys, right? And so you're mentioning the brain waves and stuff like that, and you look over at Spencer, who's just kind of like, he's joined the debriefing, and he's been very quiet during the debriefing at this time, and he looks very distracted the entire time you guys have been here. And like he's not his usual self. And then at some point during the debriefing, he just, like really early in the debriefing, like it seems like he just falls asleep. Does someone want to make a notice roll? We'll just randomly pick one of you guys, actually. D6. Arthur, make a notice roll. Yeah, so you don't notice it until late in the debriefing. So what do you do?
Actually, he probably. I mean, we've been talking for a while, and he's a teenager, and Arthur probably just thinks, "Oh, he fell asleep because this is boring."
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, to him.
Right. Okay. All right. So, and you guys debriefed her on everything. She chimes in and says, so when you guys get finished telling her all the information, she says, the information about psychic waves, and the gamma waves and all that stuff, it kind of adds up for me. We were suspicious that some of the way that these, some of the way they might be, the aliens, whoever made these facilities might have communicated was through something similar to how our psychic individuals tend to use their powers, psionists, because some of the interfaces just don't look like they're usable through just normal functional methods. So we were thinking that it's possible that they weren't communicating through traditional methods. So it kind of piqued my curiosity.
Well, we do have a psychic with us, and he motions to Arthur, or to Spencer, but he looks like he's fallen asleep.
And I kick Arthur under the table.
And Sorry.
I'll elbow spin. Well, no, Shaun's not here, so I think I would elbow Spencer to wake him up, but
You elbow Spencer to wake him up, and he doesn't wake up. You're
Must
starting.
be-
You actually start to get a little concerned.
yeah, let's poke him.
Poke him, he doesn't move.
Arthur
Is
turns
he
to.
still breathing? Sorry. Go ahead.
Well,
He's,
yeah,
he's
Arthur
breathing.
turns
You
to
check his
Adira.
pulse. You check his pulse, and he's breathing, but his heart rate is extremely high.
Arthur asks Adira, "Are there psychic waves currently, like throughout the station? I mean, he's been affected by psychic waves before. The artifact seemed to have affected him as well."
We're not aware of anyone. No one on our team has psychic abilities.
Levi, does your visor? I suppose it's on the ship. Does your visor pick anything up? If you brought it.
I feel like I left that on the ship. That's not something I'm used to carrying around all the time. Yet.
What have you noticed him
so-
twitching? Like twitching.
Yeah,
like
do
in
you have a
strange kind of
doctor?
way. Certainly. We'll get him rushed away to a doctor right now. And so you guys kind of go into this emergency mode where you guys kind of, some of you maybe rush him away to a doctor.
I want to follow them.
Sure. Okay. And so they get him hooked up to a doctor, and apparently his brain is functioning at abnormally high rates, and his heart is racing, stuff like that, and how long are you guys willing to wait and like be in observation while they're checking him out?
I have nothing better to do. They can go on and do what they're doing. I'm chilling.
Okay. Interesting. Aston, of all people. Okay. All right.
I would like to run back and get the scanner that he was talking about. And
Okay. You run back and get the
See-
scanner, and
Yeah.
it's picking up psychic energy, like a field, pretty much through the entire facility.
So then I want them to put Spencer back on the ship and like say, guys, we're gonna move him away from this and see if that helps. Well, unless the doctors are like, nah, he'll be fine or something like that, but that doesn't seem to be the I'm guessing that's not the attitude the docs have.
So,
She
is there any way to like prevent the psychic like signals? I don't know how you'd even.
Do we have
Yeah,
a
they're-
magneto helmet?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like some apparatus to
yeah.
prevent this from happening.
I mean,
Faraday
yeah.
cage helmet?
So the doctor says, "One second. Let me give y'all information about what I have." She says, "My name is Dr. Rebecca Palmer. I can tell you what's happening." Okay, so all this information is consistent with, I don't know how much information you have about the history of psychics in the modern era, but our first generation of psychics entered what is called, colloquially known as, the Long Nightmare. Okay? All right, when they first were introduced and gained their abilities. Okay? Spencer has entered a similar state. We're not sure how. Okay? But he has essentially entered a similar coma-like state as the first people who became psychics. Now, we believe it is this facility that is causing this. My suggestions are, I really don't want to take him off some sort of observation. By a medical professional? Do you have a medical professional on your ship?
Not anymore.
Hang on. What, this is
Come on, guys.
high is
Come on,
bad.
guys.
Oh,
Come on,
no,
guys.
it's
Role
fine.
play.
Dang it.
Role play.
Okay.
If you think you have a solution, then argue with her.
Oh, no. My brain
Be
is
strong.
getting the better of me because I was about to be like, I'm just going to take the pistol out and say, yeah, you get on the boat with him.
Hey, do it.
But
Do it.
I think that's...
So the funny thing is, I was in the same mind frame.
Well, Doctor, if we manage to isolate his brain from outside psychic frequencies, would that like bring him out of this coma? I mean, maybe you don't know, but
This has never happened before. We don't know what'll happen. But I don't know if the situation will worsen, and I'm afraid to take him off observation.
well, because we put the artifact, which functions similarly to psychic frequencies, in a Faraday-like cage. So if we built something like that around him, or some sort of helmet that blocked these psychic frequencies, would that not potentially help? I mean,
Perhaps it could, but can you just make a helmet just like that? Because I can't.
I do enjoy inventing, so I think I will attempt this.
Well, a boy's life hangs in the balance.
Well, he's still under your observation, right?
All of your tools are on the ship, right, Arthur? Let's bring him to the ship.
Well, Doctor, could you come with us on the ship real quick? We'll get him out of this toxic environment and build the helmet, and you can observe him.
I'm sorry, I have the best medical facilities probably here on this site. Out of character, you're probably going to have to persuade her. So you're going to have to make a good argument to persuade her. So
My rebuttal would be, if a building is on fire, it doesn't matter how good the equipment on the inside of it is. If the environment is causing his ailments, getting him out of the environment would be the best solution. Wouldn't you agree, Doctor?
pretty good argument. Make a persuasion roll with +1 bonus. Yeah. Okay. She says, that's a fairly good point. He's not. All right, everyone. I need this equipment, that equipment, and then she starts naming like technical equipment that I don't know the names of, and like I need all this stuff stacked up here and get it all together. It's going to take us a few minutes. The rest of you, get out of my facility. I need the room. We're going to get everything loaded up, and we're going to be heading there soon. Okay? We're going to need to do an inventory, make sure we have everything with us, and then we're heading there now. Okay? I need the rest of you in your ship and ready to take off. Because if it's the facility that's causing the problem, then you guys need to be ready to launch. Okay? Because it may not be a matter of just getting to the ship. It might be a matter of getting away from the station.
And can I get a read on her to make sure she's not trying to just get us away?
Sure. Make a notice roll.
I am suspicious.
No, you don't think that's what it is. You think she's just taking charge and wants to save the boy's life.
That's fine.
I mean, somebody can stay here. Arthur's definitely going to the ship and going to start on this helmet thing.
Magneto helmet. I love it. Shaun's going to show up next session and he's going to be like wearing a Magneto helmet.
Aston, we got the ship. You can help the doctor here, right? carry stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Then gonna jog back to the ship and get it going.
All right. What are you planning on doing, Aston? All right. Okay. So you basically linger outside while she's getting her medical staff to help her gather up things, and then they start unhooking Shaun's character Spencer from all like the connections to the wall and things like that, and then they start hooking him to the more mobile equipment, and then eventually they start wheeling him out and start down the hall. So it takes like 20 minutes to get everything together, and you know how hospitals are, that kind of thing. So, all right, so you just kind of follow suit, Aston.
Yep. If they need me to carry anything or anything like that, I definitely do it.
Okay.
But otherwise,
if you offer,
he's not leaving my sight.
Yeah. If you offer, they hand you things and
Yep.
that kind of stuff. All right.
I'm gonna keep one hand free though.
Yep. They hand you nothing valuable, of course, though. But yeah. All right. And by the time you guys get there, the ship has already gone through boot procedures, and everything's ready to take off. And that's where you guys. So you get to the ship, and he has not come back out of coma. And
as soon as they're all in the ship, and Aston tells me that all the nurses or whatever that are on, I'm just gonna go and not wait on the doctor to tell us to leave.
Okay, cool. All right. And then so they unload him from the stretcher type thing, the wheeled stretcher, and put him onto the Jarl's medical facility, and so that's what. So we eventually see you guys pull him back out, and he doesn't come out of the coma yet. We're gonna decide that. But she does say that his and Aston, you're in the room. We'll say that you're in the medical bay, right? And you're watching all this, and you can see the monitors,
sure.
right? Well, actually, let's roll a healing roll to see if you understand any of this.
A healing roll? Are you fucking kidding me? I don't understand.
See if you
nothing.
understand like the. Oh, look at you. Okay.
Wow.
Let's see if you understand like the beeping and the wavy stuff, and and see if you.
I see you have the machine that goes ping.
Yeah.
One of the beep beeps.
It makes enough sense to you that like you can corroborate her story, right? Because you're suspicious, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So she's saying stuff like, she says, well, he's still in his coma, unfortunately, but it looks like his nightmare state is coming to a close. So his pulse is going down. His heightened brain activity is changing. He looks like he's improving. His state is improving. So his condition has changed to be more like a traditional coma victim. So, which is a good thing. So now it'll just be a matter of time to see how what happens next. So, and Matt, why don't we go to you with building this? I guess Magneto helmet.
Okay, so he wants to. Okay,
If you need a physical helmet, I've got one. That from way back when.
Nice.
Like from your armor.
Yeah, it's a tactical helmet, but we've got EVA helmets too. So whichever one, I'm like, here, we've got these helmets.
Okay.
Go.
He's going to build it so that it almost like it has shutters, so that the like adjustable shutters to regulate the penetration of psychic waves. So he can theoretically, Spencer can shut it off completely, or he can open it up and allow at least some external psychic waves to enter. So maybe he can control it that way.
Right.
That's the theory,
and it doesn't
anyway.
have to. I don't imagine it has to be a helmet. It could maybe be like I don't know, maybe like a circlet or something like that. Maybe like it just has to send like some kind of like
I like the idea of it being a colander, like a metal colander,
What is a
or
colander?
the thing from the a bowl with a bunch of holes in
The
it,
thing you drain spaghetti in.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, like
or
a.
the thing from Back to the Future.
Hey, you guys get to decide what the goofy thing he wears on his head is. So, because he's not here. So, is that what it looks like?
Hey, Arthur's building it. I'm just throwing out bad ideas.
What does it
I
look
mean,
like,
it doesn't
Arthur?
have to be like a completely enclosed like metal helm.
He looks like something from like a horror movie. Like while he wears it.
The man
Maybe
in
it's
the
more
iron
of-
mask.
It's like a mesh or something. I don't know.
It's a metal pantyhose.
So you make this contraption, okay? So this is gonna be a hard thing to make, but so we'll say I don't know. Why do I even make difficulty penalties for you? Fuck. Repair at a -2. I don't know.
Okay, so that cancels out the science lab then. Okay.
Hey, does anybody have any adventure cards that could be helpful right now?
Like he needs
I
them.
had-
rolled. It's not showing.
No, I had one that was going to negate the damage from one attack. I was waiting for a
Oh,
missile
that
to
would've
blow
been-
us up, but
There it is.
you did a great job.
To raise.
Okay, so you guys have the helmet ready if you have something like that happen to Spencer again. So, all right, okay. So I think that's a great time to end the session. Maybe we'll have next session if he's here. He'll wake up with a bowl on his head. I don't know. So, but wow, that's a.
Maybe it's
Hilarious.
less intrusive than that. I don't know.
I think it's hilarious. He wasn't here. He doesn't get to decide what his helmet look like. So I
I think you should
had
get the iron mask from the man in the iron mask.
that's what
full
I was
face
thinking
cover.
of. Like this like ridiculous like but you couldn't see anything with that. But like it's sci-fi, right? You could have cameras like hidden on the front so you could actually still see.
Like
But-
an Iron Man mask.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah. So
That'd be good
All
for
right.
intimidation.
all right, so it's gonna be a weird session to explain to at least the end to Shaun. So
You
the
had to
first
shove
part
your
will
head
be
in a
easy.
box.
Yeah. Okay. So but all right, so we'll wrap up here. So thank you for joining us tonight. We'll be back next week actually. Same time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. I think I got that right. Mondays, that's when we play. So join us then. So we'll be signing off now. All right, more Claim the Stars next week. So, all right, bye.